You know without you I'm so lonely. When you're not here 911 calling. Into your heat again I'm diving. Darling you, baby.
Hi, we're three K-pop darlings, just chatting K-pop.
I'm Mama J.
Missy.
And no Baby K. Because you know, she's acting.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
Shortly.
Yes. Quicker than we expect.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I do love you, but she makes it fun because not that you don't, but
She just has a different opinion.
she has a different opinion, and it's very entertaining to kind of
Poke the bear.
yeah. Not that we should, but it is what it is. So, now we are going to be talking about a K-band.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I love this group.
Yeah, and we've only done one other K-band, and I feel like we should really go back and maybe redo them, but...
I do feel like we could do a lot of K-bands and like touch a lot more on the K-bands
Yeah.
because as much as K-rock and K-bands are, you know, their own thing, they're still technically, to me, part of K-pop.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
are you
I'm
ready?
excited I like this one.
This is day 6.
Day 6.
So I am a very small my day. Like, I love the music. I know the members' names, and I know a few things about them, but I don't know a ton. But I do love me some day 6.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think what I love most is I can just put day 6 on and it can play, and I feel like I'm happy. I can do all kinds of other things while it plays, and like, I don't know, it's comforting.
yeah,
I love
like
it.
I called it easy listening earlier, but it's not really easy listening. It's just more of a like, it's just chill listening. Like, it's not like, yes, some of the songs are more like, wow, like Shoot Me is a lot more like in your face, but most of their songs, in my opinion, are kind of along the line of a ballad almost.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
more than that, but
smooth.
yeah, they just have this really easy, smooth, like velvet sound.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so easy to listen to. And
just
it makes
enjoy.
it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Day 6 makes me happy.
However, neither of us are ever going to be as happy as their unofficial president, Seungmin. Seungmin of Stray Kids is the biggest my day that I think has ever been and will ever be.
Yes.
Is it bad that most of the things that I've picked up on are actually because of Seungmin? So
right. And actually, if I'm in full confession mode, it's because of him that I even know day 6, because he would mention it, and I'm like, well, who is that? I want to know.
Yeah.
And I went and listened to it, and I'm like, I love this. This is so great.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah.
So my first introduction to day 6, like, I had heard Seungmin say day 6 and stuff. I'm like, okay, I need to look into them. And then when Bang Chan was still doing Chan's Room, he invited Brian one day. And everybody's like, oh, he's like, I have a special guest. And we're all like, who's the special guest? And I remember watching it, and everybody's just going crazy. And then he's like, they're going to sing for us. And they sing. And everybody's like, we know that voice. Who's that voice? Like, I just remember watching all the comments going, because this is when V-Live was still a thing. Super entertaining. And then he comes out, and all of the comments were, oh my gosh, does Seungmin know that you have Young K on the show? It's like, they're
Now
in the
I
same
want to go
company.
back and watch that one, because
so funny.
he's my bias. I love him so
Yeah.
very much.
So, but that was kind of my introduction, and then all the Seungmin stuff, and then I started listening to their music. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I got into them, and
Yeah.
this is what I know of
Day
day 6.
Let's go.
So originally, they actually did have a pre-debut kind of band that was called Five Live.
Right.
And they ended up changing their name because Sungjin, who is one of the members, kept hearing the fans being like, "Oh, it's like Maroon 5." And he's like, "I don't want to be compared to Maroon 5.
Who wants to be compared to Maroon 5?
I know.
Hello.
They are amazing. And I understand of like, you're barely getting into this and it's like two very different vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely interesting. But they debuted as Day 6 on September 7th of 2015 with the song Congratulations, which is by far one of my favorite Day 6 songs because it's just, you know, it's congratulating the person on moving on to a new relationship, and it's kind of this backhanded, like, congratulations, you suck. But I love it. If you haven't figured out, the fandom name is My Day. And they do have a light stick, and they actually have a bracelet that you can buy for.
Cool.
Yeah, so one of their versions, they did a bracelet. And I'm like, that's actually really, for those of us who have done all the light sticks at concerts, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, because then it's just, it can be on my arm, it can go. I'd be happy with that. So, Day 6. So, Day 6 did start as a 6-member group. It didn't last that way for long. But they did start with 6 members. And the 6th member, who was the first one to leave, and it was about not even 6 months after they debuted. So the first member who did unfortunately leave Day 6 was Jun Hyuk. And Jun Hyuk was a keyboardist and a vocalist. He left on February 27th of 2016. Just about, not even 6, because that was, let's see, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, 6 months. JYP said it was due to personal reasons, though every rumor I've ever heard, and the first thing I ever heard about him was it was a dating rumor, and JYP has a dating ban for that first 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm not 100% sure, but he has debuted in another group, which was called Bee Blossom. They kind of have disappeared as well. But he did debut as a soloist on February 22nd of 2018 with a double single for an album. You know, he is very talented, and I wish him the best of luck in the future.
Yeah.
Now we'll get into how I knew Day 6, which was 5 members. And, yeah.
Day 6 is slowly dying.
Yeah, the Day 6 is slowly decreasing in numbers. So,
because currently they are
4 now.
Currently they're 4.
So they started off as 6, then they went to 5, now they're to 4. It's fine. Anyways, so the oldest member and leader is Sungjin. Sungjin was born on January 16th of 1993 as Park Sungjin. He is the leader, the main vocalist, the rhythm guitarist. And his emoji is a bear.
Okay.
He was born in Busan. He has...
Not those Busan boys.
I know, right? All the Busan boys. And he has an older sister.
Aww.
That is something that you will find very in common with most of these guys in this group is most of them are either a single child or have an older sister. None of them have older brothers.
None of Day 6 is available.
Except for one. But we'll get to that in a minute. I'll explain. But anyway, so Sungjin is known for nagging the Makanes a lot and kind of being like, no, you need to, you know, get on things. He's a very good leader who tries to make sure that they are staying in you know, good rapport. But his favorite thing is when One Pill goes to bed. Because One Pill apparently asks him very weird questions. Like, why are you a bear? Like, he doesn't know how to answer it. So he's always very happy when One Pill goes to bed.
Please stop talking to me.
Please just so those are the main little highlights I have of Sungjin. Now we are to Young K. Young K was born December 19th of 1993 as Kang Young Hyun, and his stage name is Young K. His English name is Brian. And one fun fact is he does not want to be called Brian, but everyone
Calls him Brian.
calls him Brian. And one of his favorite famous quotes is, "Who's Brian?" He himself is Brian. So
So cute.
it makes me so happy. He's so special. His emoji is a fox.
And he is a fox.
He has that like fox look, and I love it. Like Brian, we love it.
I will
But
call you whatever you want.
he wants to be called Young K.
I'll call you mine.
So, he is the main rapper, main vocalist, and the bassist of Day 6. He was born and raised in Ilsan, and he went to school in Toronto, in high school
Oh,
in Toronto.
oh no.
He
He's got
lives-
Canadian vibes.
Yeah, he lived there for 4 years. He is an only child, and he was actually in Toronto finishing up school when he was scouted by JYP. And so he does have a lot of that really entertaining Canadian vibe, though he does have the Toronto vibes, more like Jacob from The Boys, not Vancouver. Vantown has its own thing.
Isn't that where Kehoe's from?
Yeah, and Mark and Kevin. It's fine.
Go on.
So, but Young K is fantastic. Of course, him along with all the others have been on many variety shows. Young K is more known to be one of the English speakers, and so he's been on like the after school show and different things like that. Very entertaining. We love Brian. I'm gonna keep saying it because it entertains me. Anyways, so that's kind of my little snippet on Brian. And now we have Wonpil. Wonpil was born on April 28th of 1994 as Kim Wonpil. He is the main vocalist, keyboardist, synthesizer, and visual.
Yeah, he's
So,
cute.
He is adorable. His emoji is a rabbit.
I get that.
Uh-huh.
I get that.
He has an older sister.
Of course he does.
He is naturally clingy and
Aw.
very good at aegyo. He's okay
Actually,
with aegyo.
I see that about him
He's
so much.
he's one of the few of any K-pop and any idol I've ever seen who's like, yeah, I'm actually good with aegyo. And I'm always like, what? He did release a solo album on February 7th of 2022 called Filmography. But like the first part is like the PIL from Wonpil.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's
It's-
filmography, but it's PIL.
Okay. Feel like his
Yeah,
name.
like his name.
Nice. That's kind of fun.
So, and personally, whenever I see him, to me, he has similar looks to Seungmin from Stray Kids.
Now that you say that,
it's not like doppelganger,
Yeah,
but enough
no.
that I'm like, yeah,
there's like a resemblance. Like
there's a resemblance,
Like,
and I have no idea why.
hmm.
But every time I'm like, oh, I was like, because the first time I saw Wonpil on something, I was like, Is Sungmin? No. Because, like, first glance, I'm like, I swear that was Sungmin. But then I looked closer, I'm like, no, it's Wonpil. But that's just my random thoughts on that. Which will either make Sungmin extremely happy or extremely upset. I don't know which.
I'm hoping happy.
I hope he would be happy because Wonpil is adorable.
So sorry.
Yes, true. They're all of our lovely children up on the wall. They're adorable. We love them. And so that's my little clip on him. And now we have Dawn. Dawn is born August 25th of 1995. He is as Yoon Do-un. And he is the drummer, the vocalist, and the maknae.
Oh, yeah.
So his emoji is a dog. He also has an older sister. And he is a soloist. His debut was Out of the Blue, which came out on September 27th of 2021. And I've really thought that Dawn is fantastic because him as well as all of the K bands, like their drummers can sing.
Yeah.
And as someone who has been into music for a very long time, I know that there are some amazing drummers that totally can sing. Like Jess from the Somerset, one of my bands, I love them. And like they can sing, but like these K drummers,
So it
there's
makes me
just a
wonder,
different level. It's
Did-
crazy.
So the question is,
Uh-huh.
did they play these instruments prior to being scouted, or did they learn them after having been in JYP? Because I know there is a band
Yes.
that they learned them after the fact, and that's how they were able to debut. They actually were trainees at JYP, and then they
I know who you're
learned-
talking about. It's Extraordinary
it's
Heroes.
Extraordinary Heroes. Although their leader
Uh-huh.
has a music degree, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Well, and so Sungjin and Youngtae both could play instruments beforehand. I don't remember on Wonpil, but Dawn only learned how to play drums when he was 16.
But that's
So,
before he debuted?
That was, hang on. Right before? I don't know, I'm bad at math.
Maths.
Maths. No. With Dawn, he learned how to play when he was 16, so I think he was a trainee at that point. But I'm not sure if he trained like Extraordinary Heroes of trying to get into things, because the two that it lists for those who have good dancing abilities is Youngtae and Wonpil, not Dawn. So
Maybe.
maybe
they're like, you
maybe
can't
not.
dance. Do you think you could learn to play?
Yeah, it's like you are not great at dancing.
I
You
wonder
can
if you
sing.
could be in a band.
Yeah. So
I wonder how that works. JYP is sitting around the table, like all the, JYP people, and they're like,
Mhm.
here we have these trainees. These ones kind of aren't doing a whole lot. These ones we're going to put in that group. What do we do with them? Hey, maybe we can make them into a band.
and then they forget about them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, well,
sorry, that's my own problem with JYP. I feel that he
there's
forgets.
a lot of things about JYPE that's a little hard to take. But
yes.
I do want to say this about JYPE. They get results.
They do get results.
They get results.
And truthfully, like, their groups are good.
Yeah.
Like, Day 6 is amazing.
Day 6 is great.
But, like,
right?
I have
But
noticed...
there's a lot of other people, right?
Yeah, like, with JYP, like, the girl groups are the drive. That's what they focus on the most. Like, Stray Kids, being as they've brought in so much, has shifted it
they've
slightly.
earned that.
They've earned that.
Mhm.
But, like, Day 6 and Extraordinary Heroes,
Yeah.
you only know about the things that are happening if you are, like, deep into their
JYP.
own,
Yeah.
not even JYP, like, into the, like,
Yeah.
fandom itself. That's the only way you know of any comebacks, of
But
anything happening.
JYP has a lot of artists, and
They do.
and you don't hear about them. Like
No.
they just debuted a Japanese group. They
Yeah.
have got a couple of solos they just debuted, and so it's interesting because for the results that they get, you would think they would be better at promotion, but they're not.
Yeah. So.
But Day6, despite that, has done really well and has
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of stood the time. I think there's a lot of people who look at Day6 and go, these are the people that made me want to get into K-pop, right?
They are.
Look at them and they're like, I want to be like that. Like some, like I love these people.
Seungmin was My Day far before he was in Stray
Stray
Kids. And so it's brought some people in. So I'm super excited about that. But those are the 4 current active members of Day6. And now we get to my bias who left the group. I'm very sad about it. So
And of
now
course, he's the crazy.
he's the crazy. All of mine are crazy and broken. It's fine. I love Jay. So next we have Jay. Jay was born September 15th of 1992 as Park Jae-hyun. He was the lead guitar, main vocal, and the face of the group.
And what a face.
And he's so cute. His glass, I loved it.
The glasses are the killer part, right?
I
They
know. Ugh.
Anyway.
Jay, I love your glasses. Just saying. His emoji was the chick. I like a little chicken because he's just this little cute.
He is.
He's just cute.
And I always think of him with that blonde fluffy hair.
Oh my gosh, yes. The blonde fluffy hair is like Jay.
Yeah.
Like that's yes. So Jay is the only one that would technically be available. Because he was born in Argentina. They moved to LA, like his family moved to LA
Okay.
when he was 5.
Okay.
And he grew up in LA until I think he got scouted in LA or went to like a tryout in LA. But Jay he did YouTube and posted covers of him singing songs and such before he was a trainee or anything. He always is a very big gamer, loves streaming on Twitch and stuff like that. And that's
Before we get to that piece of his story,
Uh-huh.
because he was born in Argentina, it is one of his parents from Argentina, or
No.
both parents are Korean. They just lived in Argentina.
Yep. As far as I am aware, that is the thing. Like him and his family, like just were in Argentina. I want to say one of his parents was teaching,
Ah,
and then they moved to LA.
okay.
Or well, California, but LA. So
Anyway, gamer.
he big gamer. Always loved gaming. Always would stream on Twitch or VLive. He's really just half the time he'd just get on Twitch because he's like, it's fun this way. Because then he could play games and he'd bring in like BM and Ashley and like different people who were on Dive Studios and stuff with him. And he also was an MC on the after school club as well as different things as well, because when you got a native English speaker,
Yeah.
or I'm not sure if native is the word, but he's very, very good at English.
Well, I was gonna say there's a couple of those guys that are not native, but they speak.
But they
well.
speak really good English,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but Jay terminated, his contract was terminated with JYPE on December 31st of 2021, and he officially left Day 6 the day after January 1st of 2022. There was a lot of rumors on exactly why, but let's just say he was a boy who was in his 20s, who made a comment that every single high schooler to college age kid would make. during one of his streams that had to deal with video game characters.
And I have quite a few teenage, I've raised quite a few teenage boys, and then into their 20s and 30s, and I feel like most of them just have a problem thinking before they speak, and I think this is not just generalized to this instance. I think just across the board, most boys just say things, just say things.
Yeah.
It came into their head, it came out their mouth.
Exactly. And it's like, I think it's a dumb reason for why everything ended up happening to Jay, personally, because, again, they are all humans.
Yeah.
But
again, he's with JYP, and they're very, very strict.
JYP has a lot of very strict rules, and I think also JYP was just looking for ways to get more people out, personally. Anyways,
who knows?
But Jay, I am still a big fan of yours. Jay has his own solo project, which is Each, so it's EAJ, which is J backwards. And it has like a little space astronaut. That is like his Twitch stuff as well as his own personal stuff. He has, he did some sort of festival in the last little bit, just small performance of some of his songs. He has some amazing solo songs. Jay, as well as Sungjin and Young K, like all of Day 6 had so many rights to most of their songs. They've written some amazing songs. I am pretty sure it is Jay and Young K who, mostly Jay I think, who did Zombie, which is one of my favorite Day 6 songs because it's a vibe. Like,
it is a vibe.
It's just like, and it's talking about how like,
and you know, Missy, and you would think that it's a Halloween one. It's not. It's so good.
It's so funny because like it's called Zombie and you'd think it is super zombie. No. Like it's talking about how in like everyday life it just became so repetitive that they just felt like they're just going through the motions. Kind of like a zombie. They're just point A to point B. Beautiful song though. Like the emotions in that song as well as most of the other songs of Day 6. They have such good storytelling and such good vibes. Like, again, one of my favorites again is Just Shoot Me. I love Zombie and Congratulations. They have so many other songs, including the 4 members left of Day 6 just released some newer stuff at the beginning of this year of 2024. And it was like 4 score or something. That was the really...
Is that the one where they're like doing a performance? The girl, the crown?
I think so.
The tiara? I can't remember.
We watched a lot.
Whatever that one is, I love that one.
Yeah. But such amazing songs. But yeah, it was like, just go check out Day 6.
Like I said, I just can stick it on, like put it on my Google Play or my Spotify or whatever, and just let it play in my house, and I can be doing a million other things, and it just is the best music to have.
Okay, so of course we love Day 6. Support Day 6. Support Jay. Support Junhyuk. And do everything you can to just enjoy the music, which is why K-pop, K-bands, different things are a thing. We're meant to enjoy the music.
Yeah.
And all of them of Day 6 have served in the military. So you don't have to worry about them just going away. They're here.
Yep.
So go support Day 6, and I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, a wrap on Day 6.
Awesome. Do you have anything to add?
No, I love them.
They're just adorable.
Like, I'm just going to put them on when we're done here and just let it play while I clean up.
I approve. So, okay, well, that's a wrap.
Bye from Mama Jane.
Bye from Miss C.